there's no one right now that you can say deserves that shot more than Amasov. He's undefeated, 23-0. His wrestling is so good. For a guy that did not grow up wrestling, man, he's got it. To do the things that he did with Ed Ruth, because they had some transitions in there, and you talk about the one, but that was Ed Ruth's time when he'd made that transition. But look at the times that he took Ed Ruth down and the way he did it. And he threw a Haragosh on Ed Ruth that took had Ed's feet up in the air. You don't do that. You don't do that with an NC2A wrestler that is as accomplished and understanding of balance and base and the ability to move his feet to create that stoppage of that type of attack. Man, he's so good in the matchup, in my opinion, against Lima. I see Amasov fighting that very similar to the way Rory McDonald would fight Lima. I think Amasov is good, really good in his stand-up, but I think he would always be working to try to get Lima to the ground. Being in the top position of Lima in the ground and working on him there. That's the way he fights. And he's got a good chance against anybody. I don't care who it is. That guy's wrestling is fantastic. So he can usually put the fight where he wants it to be. The real question in my mind is, in all the fights that I've watched of his, he does tend to get a little tired. And as the fight goes on, and I've only seen him in 3-round fights. I saw him in a 5-round fight when he was in Russia, but 3-round fights with Bellator. He has slowed himself down a little bit in a couple of them, not all of them. And so how does he do in those championship rounds against a guy that's going to pressure him like Lima? That's the real question.
Yeah, especially in that 4th and 5th round when your leg's aching, you can't shoot anymore, because there's without a doubt the fight always starts on the feet in every round. And all Lima's got to do is get one off a round. And next thing you know, you're not able to walk. You're not able to shoot. You're not able to put weight on that leg. It doesn't take long.
Lima is not really good with his kicks to the legs, though.
Yeah, just to the calf. Yeah, it's a dangerous game to play, knowing that the fight always starts on the feet. I can't think of another guy outside of that. Honestly, outside of Amasov, there's no other guy. Yeah, not one that deserves it.
Not as much as him.
The only other thing is, we could say, sorry, we could.
Are you tired?
My coffee must not have kicked in.
Blackout coffee
is the only guy, the only guy that we can, that I could probably potentially mix him in with is, if you were to put him against somebody like a Gracie, Neiman, just because Neiman beat Ed as well. And he's kind of in that mix of, there's one more guy he needs to beat, I think, in the middle there. That's it. Maybe like a Larkin, maybe a Neiman Gracie. That would be it. I wouldn't even, but I mean, I still would probably have him next in line, being that he's undefeated. What is he, 23-0? He's 23-0. He had a great performance against Ed Ruth. Ed Ruth's fucking nasty good, but Neiman has beat Ed. That's only Ed's second loss. I get it, but I'd like to see maybe a Lorenz Larkin, maybe a Neiman Gracie. I can't think of it. Maybe a Korshkov, but Korshkov, just one of those guys that was in the tournament that, and even those didn't get that. Korshkov didn't even get that far. He didn't get past the first round. Larkin was never even in the tournament. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would just say Larkin, because Larkin's on a run right now. I think he'd be the next guy. That'd be it. I'd see that fight, but I also want to see Larkin and MVP more.
100% agree. Okay.